Hello Year 4, how are you today? It's Miss Bellis here. I hope you're all well. And today we're going to be continuing our learning on position and movement. So here is today's in focus. We have a rectangle with the corners labelled A, B, C and D on a grid. And it asks us, how can we move rectangle A, B, C, D so that one of its vertices or corners ends up at coordinates 7, 8. So what is this asking us to do? Can you name the vertices of rectangle ABCD? Where are the coordinates 7, 8? Can you mark it? If we move the rectangle, which of the 4 vertices will end up at 7, 8? And is there more than one solution? So let's have a look at this. We need to make sure that one of these vertices or corners ends up on 7, 8. So first, how can we find coordinates 7, 8? That's right. The 7 means along the x-axis or along the corridor. And the 8 means along the y-axis or up the stairs. So we are aiming for this point here. And we can see that this rectangle already has a vertex, a corner, vertex B, in the right place. So we need to translate our purple rectangle to this position. Ravi and Emma have some suggestions. Ravi says move it up 2 units and then 5 units to the right. Emma says translate it 5 units to the right and then 2 units upwards. Who's correct? Let's try Ravi's suggestion first. He says to move it 2 units up, 1, 2, and 5 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's try Emma's suggestion. She says to move it 5 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 units up. 1, 2. So both of these translations, Emma's and Ravi's, will get us to a position where the B vertex of the rectangle is at 7, 8. Is this the only solution? Could we move the rectangle so that another of its corners ends up at point 7, 8? Well, Lulu thinks so. She says translated 4 units upwards and then 5 units to the right. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4 upwards and 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we can see that this time the A vertex has landed on 7, 8. So that's another solution. Charles has managed to position the rectangle here so that vertex D has ended up on 7, 8. But he's not said how to move it. He says translate it so many units to the right and then so many units upwards. So first of all, how many units to the right should we move it? 1, 2. And how many units upwards? 1, 2, 3, and 4 gets us there. So 2 to the right and 4 units upwards. So we found a way to put the B, A and D vertices of the rectangle at point 7, 8. How about the last one, vertex C? Emma has moved it to the correct position. Here is C, and here it is at 7, 8. But like Charles, she hasn't said how to move it. How many units do we need to move it upwards? 1, 2. And how many to the right? 1, 2. So you translate it 2 units upwards and then 2 units to the right. So here is today's guided practice, and we have a triangle here with the corners labelled P, Q and R. and it asks us to describe the translation that results in here, P being at coordinates 3, 2. So how can we do this? Let's do the first one together. First of all, let's find coordinates 3, 2. So here I've got this marker, go along 3, up the stairs 2. So here is 3, 2. I have to move P to here. So how can I describe it? So here is my point P, and to get to 3, 2, I need to go downwards 1, 2, 3, and to the right 2. But Hannah asks, what are the coordinates of the other vertices? So I've moved P, but what if the whole triangle had moved? Where would R end up, and where would Q be? So let's look at R. We can see that on the original triangle, it was 2 units to the right of P. So if you move this 2 units to the right of P's new position, it's in the right place. And if we look at Q, we can see that it was 1 unit to the right and 1 upwards. So let's move it 1 unit to the right and 1 upwards. So Q should go here. We can check it by moving the whole triangle. So we move it 1, 2, 3 units downwards and 2 units across. So have a go with these. So what if Q was moved to 3, 2? And what if R was moved to 3, 2? Where would the other coordinates of the vertices be? So here is the worksheet, and we are describing movement, and we have a parallelogram that's drawn on a square grid, and it's marked J, K, L and M. And we need to describe the translation of the parallelogram that results in point J moving to coordinates 4, 7. So does it need to move upwards or downwards, to the left or to the right? And you write your description in here. And in question 2, we have a triangle on a grid. And here we have to describe 2 different translations which move the triangle XYZ so that one of its vertices or corners ends up at 6, 3. So here are the answers to question 1. And here are the answers to question 2. As you can see, you get 1 of these answers out of a possible 3. So here's today's challenge. As always, it's up to you if you want to do the challenge or not. But here we have 3 triangles on a grid. And triangle A has the coordinates put on for you. And we have these questions here to get you thinking. So first of all, it asks you to write the coordinates of the next triangle in the sequence. So that would be whatever triangle D would be. How do you work out what the coordinates of the next triangle would be? Can you think of a different way to do it? What would be the coordinates for a triangle E, and how do you know? And what would the coordinates be for the 7th triangle? And can you explain your thinking? So that's it from me today. All the guided practice worksheets and challenges and so on will be on the website. I hope you have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.